got married,
Okay,
moved to Bowling
but
Green,
just
Ohio.
before, talk about the Reamers. Who did you live? Who lived in your building?
I said that
Okay.
they lived upstairs,
Who lived
and Minnie,
upstairs?
Uncle Henry, and Arnold and Murray lived upstairs with us. That was my stepmother's sister and her family. And my father wasn't too happy because they didn't clean the house like the stairways like he did. So he wasn't too happy that they lived upstairs, but other than that, we all got along.
But nobody cleaned like he did.
Yeah, nobody cleaned like he did is right. And then Bevy was the youngest. Edie got married, and then a year later I got married, or 2 years later, probably maybe 2 years later. And we moved to Bowling Green because my husband wasn't out of the Navy yet, but it was a place in his mother's home that we could stay until we got a house to live in. And then I was lucky I got Nancy, and it was a wonderful thing because when I found out I was going to have another child, I thought, well, Nancy will have a sister, never thinking that we'd be lucky enough to have a boy.
You were so lucky.
Yeah, and I always called him Zini, because my dad always called my brother Zine, was his son. Even Justin I call Zine. He probably thinks I'm nuts too. Yeah. Then comes time for us to move into our new home. Mark was only 4 years old, so he started school a year later. Nancy was in the 3rd grade, and I went to work when Mark was in the 1st grade.
And that new home was built especially for the Kanders.
Yes, and the man and his son that built our house was a wonderful builder. He was very truthful. But we had fun living there. Mark grew up there, seemed like overnight, and he was 16 when we moved to Toledo. Nancy was first year of college, and she loved it, and he missed his friends, but he made other friends. And then a little love came into our house, and her name was Abby.
Purebred Scottish Terrier.
Yeah, her name was Tamis Shannon Miss Aberdeen, and we called her Abby for short, because she was short. And I don't know, I still had visions of her walking down Napoleon Road with 2 Mexicans. When I said that to somebody, they said, you should put that in Mexican.
Well, they were.
But
she just followed them because she was friendly.
Yeah, but where did she think she was going? They were shooing her away. Oh, gosh, she drive me crazy, that dog.
But you loved her like your child.
Oh, yeah. She was like a child.
And I loved her like a child. Nancy was busy with college.
She was busy with her boyfriends and girlfriends, and she told you that Galen's gonna have all the girls stay with her. She struck it rich.
Right, in California. All of her girlfriends are gonna gather in California here in 2018. All the Bowling Green girls.
That was wonderful. They'll have such a good time. And it gives Richard, Nancy's always so busy with other people and going and doing it, but she always takes care of Richard. She always has his dinners made, but he's tired at the end of the day, and he doesn't feel much like going. He'd rather listen to a ball game. But to pacify her, he'll go.
He's going to California too?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't know
not
that.
at that time. They're taking Mia for her birthday.
Oh, yeah, right.
Nothing is too much for Nancy and Richard to do
Right.
for their grandchildren and their children.
Yep, they have quite a record as grandparents. They've schlepped to Gaithersburg 15 times,
Yeah.
and they schlepped to Seattle half a dozen times at least.
For not Justin, but John, Nate's birthday. Mia's birthday is never missed,
Right.
and she knows. Mia knows that her grandparents are wonderful people, and I ordered for Ryan his bar mitzvah gift, what I gave to Mia. It's $101 bills that are clamped together,
Right.
like you just
You
rip
can
off
just peel one off.
And so
Peel
she was
another
so
off.
excited. And she said, Granny, I just love the gift you gave me. She said, whenever I need $1 or $2, I just go and peel it off and get it. So I ordered it for him too.
It's sure to please.
Well, things.
So then, let's see, bowling. So we haven't ended. Yeah, we ended Bowling Green, right?
We
We
moved
talked
down.
about how I had my friends in Bowling Green, but missed them. But I was ready to be in Toledo,
Yeah.
to the big city.
Well, we had to move, but luckily, because you went to Sunday school, you had made some friends there.
Right.
So that was good.
Right.
And you never put up a fuss like crying and say, I'm not going to move. You were too adult for that. That's where Daddy was going to work, and that's where we had to move.
Right. So, want to say anything about Nancy's college friends and experience?
Oh, they're
You got to
her
know
college
so well?
friends. They were just like having other daughters. They always, every weekend, if she wanted them to come, the kids to come, I'd go during the day and pick them up after their school. Judy, one was named Judy, one was named. There were 5 or 6 girls in Toledo that she became friends with.
But what about, is it picking them up? What were you talking about, going to Columbus, Ohio, or?
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to
Okay.
Columbus, Ohio, because when Nancy had her things going on there. It's been a wonderful time of my life when your kids were growing up. Because you know why? Because
you like them and they like you.
yeah, well, it was fun because I never restricted, if Nancy wanted or you wanted your friends to come or to do. Girls are different. They like I would give them blankets. They'd all go upstairs